Good evening. Welcome to day 22 of the 100-day practice challenge. I'm Mr. T, and today I'm going to talk about a little how to prepare for a concert or two concerts at the same time, or at least a concert and then a rehearsal cycle. So I'm in a couple of groups, Sioux City Symphony Orchestra and Northwest Iowa Symphony Orchestra. And right here, this is my music for a concert this Saturday. So I've been preparing that music and focusing on polishing that up. And then a concert a few months from now with the same group will be this material, and then one more piece that apparently hasn't been written yet, but will be finished soon, we all hope. And then in between the concert this weekend and the last music I just showed you, I've got another concert with Sioux City Symphony Orchestra. And you know, you have to keep active practice going so that you can keep music like this going. If I was a really active professional, like someone in the Minnesota Orchestra or New York Phil, and you've got multiple concerts every week, and at that point you probably have played all the repertoire before, but there's still a lot of playing and practicing and keeping yourself in shape. I mean, it's just a matter of life. All day long you're playing, and that's your career. But for someone who's sort of is quite in the middle, or the lower end of the middle, whatever you want to call it, keeping everything going is it's important to just work through all of the pieces that you can in a series. You can't get it all in one day, and especially if you've got a busy schedule. So sometimes you may have to sit down and plan out, I'm going to practice these pieces this night, or at least have a broad stroke of the next few weeks of your practicing, so that you don't get behind in your practice. You know, you don't want a rehearsal to come up and like, oh, I haven't practiced that piece because I was focused on this piece for that concert. You want to always be ahead of that game. And for me, it's just knowing what concerts are coming up, having a vision of the calendar coming up, kind of like a long train of cards where each card is a day, and way down that line, maybe, you know, 3 days in my future right now is a concert, and then, you know, 100 cards away from in my future is another concert, and, you know, 14 cards in my future between here and there is another concert. And I just sort of keep that in mind, like, oh, I need to get ready for that. But always anticipating ahead of time. I've been a terrible procrastinator, though, up until my recent history, and it's not a great experience if you haven't gotten ready for your music coming up. So I highly recommend thinking ahead to what you need to do, sitting down and doing it, whether you feel like it or not some days, because it is important to feel prepared, and you'll be glad that you did. And it's kind of like making sure that you exercise every day, or get your homework done every day that you need to get your homework done. Sometimes we don't look forward to doing it, but when we buckle down and sit down and do it, we feel much better when it's all said and done. So I hope that helps you in keeping your practice up and thinking ahead to what the next concert is, the next concert after that. Because for a musician that wants to be better and perform harder music and more fun music and play in as many groups as they desire, you need to keep working every single day. So if today's day 1, good job. Day 2, even better. And after that, it's just a bonus. Keep it going. Break a leg.